All right, welcome everybody. This is the People's Echo song teaching, online song teaching for June. I'll keep letting folks in as they arrive. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Happy Pride Month, happy summer, happy almost full moon tomorrow. My name is Hillary. My pronouns are she, they, and I am with the People's Echo, where we are a collective song community creating and sharing music for social and climate justice here in the Seattle area. I think we have several other folks on the call tonight with the People's Echo and may get more. And so if you want to know more about us and what we do and also what we have coming up, we have song teach-ins every month, including in-person ones starting up here in the Seattle area. I'm just going to drop a link in the chat here so folks can go and subscribe to our newsletter. We have a email blast that goes out, and you can also follow us on socials if that's easier for you. And yeah, we're excited to sing with you all in whatever medium or form it takes, in person or online. I just want to give a little disclaimer or kind of announcement as we get going here, just as a heads up that we are recording this call in order to share it with folks who can't make it tonight. So if you have any concerns about that, please feel free to turn your cameras off if you don't want to have yourself be recorded, or send me a message privately in the chat if you have any questions about that. But I would like to start us off tonight with an acknowledgement of the land and the water and the original peoples of the places where we are gathering. So I don't know where you all are coming from tonight. For me personally, I am on Duwamish and Sammamish land north of Seattle. And since the original peoples of these places, wherever you're coming from, they're the original stewards of the land, of the water. And as we've seen time and time again throughout history, are the protectors of these places and fight for what is right and have given up a lot, sacrificed a lot. And so here in Seattle, we have the Duwamish people who are not currently federally recognized, and they're currently fighting for that federal recognition. And so depending on where you're coming from, I would definitely recommend looking into the history of the people who have been where you are since time immemorial, and see if there are things that you can do to support them and the rights that they have, the treaty rights, because those don't only protect Indigenous folks, those are there for all of us too. And Indigenous folks all across the country are fighting for the rights of the land and water through those treaties. So I'm going to drop a little tool in the chat. So for anyone who is not familiar with where they're at, this is kind of a nice starting point to kind of understand more, and then being able to go and do more research, see if there are opportunities to engage in your community. And then I mentioned the Duwamish tribe. So I can drop the link for Real Rent Duwamish, which I'm not sure if other tribes have this kind of thing set up, but paying real rent is about acknowledging the Indigenous history of the land. And if you are financially able, supporting tribal services and their ongoing fight to be federally recognized and also protect the Salish Sea and other surrounding waterways. So that's a really great resource. And thank you so much for being in this work with us as we continue to understand like the history of where we are and also the present because I think a lot of times it's Indigenous folks are talked about as if they are in the past, and they are in the present, and they are in the future. So I really appreciate everybody kind of going on that journey with me as I think about this. So just a couple intros and logistics after that. So if folks want to drop their name, gender pronouns, and if you know the Indigenous land where you're coming from, definitely put that in the chat and we'll kind of get to know everybody a little bit. We are going to be going till 7:30 tonight. Please take care of you. If you need to grab some water, please do whatever you need. I'm going to share my screen for a moment. We have something called community agreements. And folks can maybe come off mute because I can't see you, and let me know if you can see this little image right here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll read them off for folks who can't see on their screen right now. So these are our community agreements. So first off is we invite everyone to come as you are and to practice self-care. So again, take care of your needs. We make space for community building and relationships as well as songs. So this space is very much about getting to know each other, supporting each other, and sharing in our joys and our sorrows and also our songs. We do our best to understand the origins of the songs we are sharing. So you'll often see when folks at the People's Echo are leading songs, we might share a story about how that song came to be to help people understand where it came from. We welcome every voice. There's no such thing as a good voice or a bad voice. Obviously, we can't hear folks on the online forum, but please just be you, and we love working with folks and singing along with folks as we kind of like start to embrace our voices more. I know I've certainly gone through that journey for myself, and the more you sing, the easier it gets. We listen to each other, so listening is a super important part of group singing, not just for when folks are sharing their stories or whatever it is, but kind of listening to someone's singing voice and the uniqueness of it, I think can be a really beautiful thing. We invite people to be mindful of their own power and privilege. So just keeping that in mind as you move through this space today. We practice gratitude, curiosity, and empathy. So we have a practice with gratitude of after someone shares a song, thanking that song for what it brought to us. It may be it brought happiness or release, or maybe it brings up something difficult. We invite everyone to come off mute or put in the chat and say thank you song for what you have provided for me. And lastly, we catch songs that are meant to be sung, so please extend their lives by sharing them widely. So this is at least the case with the People's Echo songs. We want you to share these songs, so please do your best to capture the story and share that with others, but please do share them with others so that they can get some benefits from them as well. So those are our community agreements. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. So can I get just maybe some visual agreement? Twinkle fingers, nod. All right, awesome. All right, next is I'm going to do some breathing, and I invite you to breathe with me. We might be coming from hectic days. I myself work on a farm, and it can just be hard to kind of come into the moment that we are in and just be. So I'm going to take some deep breaths, and I invite you to join me. So let's breathe in and out. In and out. Maybe when you breathe in this time, you let a little noise come out as you exhale. So in and out. In and out. And keep breathing. Maybe you want to stretch your arms up, reach up towards the ceiling, stretch your sides, blow like a tree in the wind. Shake your wrists out, maybe roll your shoulders. Singing is a full body experience, and it's in your lungs, it's in your torso, your arms even, it can be anywhere. So just kind of warming up your body can be a really important part of the singing experience. All right, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about line 3. So we want to bring our voices together in honor of the land and the water and folks who are fighting for their protection on the front lines. So for anyone who's not familiar with what all is going on in northern Minnesota right now, I'll just share a little bit. This can be heavy stuff, so I want to just acknowledge that. I'm sure by now a lot of us have heard about the ongoing fight against Enbridge Line 3, which is a pipeline expansion project in northern Minnesota. It brings the world's dirtiest fossil fuel, tar sands crude oil from Canada down into the US through Minnesota and Wisconsin to Lake Superior. And the proposed route for this expanded pipeline violates the treaty rights of the Anishinaabe people. And even so, Enbridge continues to move this pipeline forward. So folks may have heard that this pipeline would be equivalent to adding 50, I believe, coal plants, or 37 million cars, I believe, is another comparison. So this has a huge impact, not only for our climate, but also for Indigenous folks whose traditional lands this pipeline is proposed for. So Indigenous-led resistance has been ongoing for 7+ years. Earlier this month, more than 2,000 folks came to northern Minnesota to stand with Indigenous leaders there for the Treaty People Gathering. About 200 protectors, were arrested by taking nonviolent direct action, and those efforts continue. So that's kind of where we are today. I can share my screen real quick and show folks a map so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. If you go to stopline3.org, you can actually see a map, an interactive map. So I'm sharing my screen now. So this is the proposed route here. Originally it comes down this way through, I believe, 1854 treaty territory. This is the proposed route that goes by like the Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, and then comes east here. So this is not only a new route, but it's also an expanded pipeline, so carrying more crude oil through Minnesota. So that's what we're up against. And I know there are some folks on the call who recently went to Minnesota. I want to invite anyone who feels called to share what you felt or witnessed. Feel free to do that here in this space before we kind of open ourselves up a little bit with some song. And we want to build resilience through song against these pipelines that threaten so much of who we are and threaten our earth and threaten treaty rights. So I would definitely encourage folks to learn more about what's going on and support if you can. I'll drop some links in the chat, but if anyone wants to share, please feel free. All right. I'm going to drop a few more links there. So there are some ways to take action. You can call the White House and voice your opposition to this toxic project. You can also do this form letter online to voice your thoughts that way. But yeah, so much of this work is about speaking truth to power. And that's what I really love and honor about today's special guest, Lou Aya, who is on the call today. Lou, I noticed something in the bio about you that I just really value, and that is where it says, you perform at rallies and in the streets, in hospitals and on stages, inside prisons and in front of precincts. He works with communities for collective healing and liberation, and works to sing truth to power. And I love thinking about song as a mechanism of truth telling, especially when it's hard to tell the truth. So whether it's like your own personal truth or a collective truth, I really appreciate that about the work that you're doing and the work that all of us are doing when we sing and when we share songs. So yeah, I want to invite you to share some music with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Peace, family. Thank you, Hillary. How y'all doing? I'm just grateful to be connecting to you tonight. I'm grateful for our lives, grateful for our ability to connect, even if we can't be together physically, to connect in this way. I'm grateful for my neighbors who are turning up like always. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's just like inevitable. I actually came to the back of the crib because in the front was like wild loud, and then you already know neighbors on the other block are like, don't sleep, we out here too. So that's I'm gonna figure that out in a second. But I just wanted to just begin with with that gratitude for those who have loved us, and for those who have supported us, that have kept us going so we could be here in cyber Cypher that we got going tonight. I just want to give thanks for them. So you might even want to just call them to mind, the people who have loved you and supported you, the people who have kept you laughing, the people who have helped you cry when you needed to cry, the people who gave you courage to open your mouth and sing loud, the people who reminded you that you were precious and sacred. And I want to give thanks and call to mind the places in the world in which we feel most free. Maybe it's a street corner, maybe it's a mountaintop, maybe it's by the side of a river. I want to call them here too, because when we gather in circle, we need everything that we have been shaped by, to be present, to be in our consciousness. That way we come with our full power, our full magic. And I give gratitude for all of that power and all of that magic, all of those relatives, all of those places. They are here with us. So in that way, I just want to start with that gratitude. And thank you. Thank you again for being here. And let's say just a word. The part of a crew called the Peace Poets. We're an independent hip hop crew from the Bronx, which my brother always says is AKA Mission Impossible. But we out here doing our thing. We are artists and educators who, basically we're making hip hop and doing spoken word, and also organizing separately. And then what we did essentially was start being like, all right, we actually got to be out here with our people, not just as like another couple of people in the streets, but we want to be doing it with our creative power. And then we evolved from that into being like, hold on a second, actually the most like beautiful anti-colonial, colonial, anti-capitalist thing we could be doing out here is making sure people remember their creators. And so that's why we've really become committed to that idea that we are creators and we're connectors, and that we're trying to like nourish and awaken and support the creativity in our loved ones in this movement for justice, for liberation, for balance. So that's just the word about the Peace Poets. Now I do want to figure out exactly what to do. I can sing to you, but I don't really know which I'm going to. We're going to sing. We're going to sing a lot. But I just want to make sure the sound situation is all right. I don't know exactly what you're hearing right now. If it's like straight reggaeton as my background, because definitely it is, right? I love it. Lisa rocking with it. Thank you.
I can only hear a little bit like faintly in the background, but how is Lou's voice for everybody?
We're going to do this, y'all. We're going to just start, and I'm going to see if I can sing to you while listening to reggaeton, which is going to be a musical challenge for me. Yeah, exactly. Everything is possible, so this is like good practice for being in the streets. So I want to start with the song just that is just to ground us in why we're focused on what's happening up in Anishinaabe territory right now. And it's a song, it's called The Ancestors Have Spoken. And one of my loved ones and one of my elders, she speaks about how the ancestors came to her and told her it's time to protect the sacred sites in her territory. Her name is Karina Gould, that some of y'all know her. So Auntie Karina always says, that's just how it happened. The ancestors came and they said what they said, and now we got to do the work because they asked us to. And I want to start with this to honor the ancestors. And yeah, sing this song with you. So it comes from Auntie Karina's words, and all the songs that I'll share with you tonight are songs that came through me and my crew, usually in conversation and in community with loved ones who are on the front lines of different struggles. And so, yeah, this one comes through that moment and through that community with Auntie Karina, who's protecting the shell mound in her territory. So before we actually sing, I'm going to invite y'all to speak the words with me. See if we can be grounded in that truth. And inviting you to recognize that people that have shown up from all over the country, people who have been in their territory up in northern Minnesota area, they're responding to a call. And that call, when we talk about the fact that it's a call, it's a sacred thing because it honors the whole lineage of people in struggle. And so we're going to say these words. If you wouldn't mind just saying, the ancestors have spoken. That's right. And y'all can stay on mute, but it's beautiful to see your mouth move, you know what I'm saying? I can still tell whether or not you're doing it. Okay. So one more time. The ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. And now we're just going to feel that. Like just completely just being in the truth of it. Say the ancestors have spoken. Now is the time to protect the sacred and stop the pipeline. So I'm going to go ahead and sing it. If you're familiar with the song, jump right in. If not, once I sing it through one time, you're going to have a sense of the melody. So don't be shy. Let's fill the space, whatever space we are in with this prayer. The ancestors have spoken, now is the time. Protect the sacred, stop the pipeline. Try that. The ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. We sing. The ancestors spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline like we mean it. The ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. Let's go. The ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. We said the ancestors spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipes. 2 more times. The ancestors have spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. 1 more time. The ancestors spoken. Now is the time. Protect the sacred. Stop the pipeline. Thank y'all so much for starting us off with that. Thank you for singing. It's good to feel you. So I like this tradition that I heard about, which is something about feeding the song. So you go ahead and feel free to like come off mute and respond to the song, or do it in the chat, whatever feels good for y'all.
Thank you, song, for bringing everything that I'm feeling, like for the folks in Minnesota right now, like bringing that all together and making me feel like really powerful when I sing that.
Word. And then just a quick check-in about the sound. Does it sound like I'm singing can you hear the reggaeton still?
I can't hear it. Sounds good to me.
All right, cool. It's wild. Like, that's some technology shit, because it's really loud in the room that I'm in. Like, I got all the windows closed, but it's just like sounds loud. So
That's so, yeah, I can't really hear it at all on my end.
That's incredible. I'm so grateful.
A little.
I have hyper hearing, so I hear it, but it's just this dum 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 kind of rhythm in the background. It's nice.
Yeah. It's probably like spirit telling me I should be making more reggaeton freedom songs. But yeah, there you go. I love it. I'd love to do a song that actually was written with the relatives up there. So I was up in Minnesota recently, what Hillary's talking about at the gathering. Was able to be there, and it's just such a powerful experience. And so I wanted to bring some of their wisdom and some of their love into our circle tonight. So there's 2 sisters, Nancy and Dawn, who are leading some of the work up there, really special people. And in 2019, we were there with them writing some songs, because they've been working on this for a long time. And so basically, I'm gonna keep talking to y'all, and I'm gonna go in the front room. I'm just like, we gonna try something different, because it's wild distractions to me. All right, let's see if this works. So basically, welcome to my crib, y'all. There we go. Yeah, so basically Nancy and Dawn are just like these incredible humans who I was honored to get to work with. All right, so it's gonna help me a little bit right here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be better. And so one of the things that was sacred about our work together was we had this time, where they could go out and show us the places where the pipeline was being built. And we started talking about like what is the resistance need, and what is like the prayer of our action want to say. What does it want to be about? And we had one of the things that had been powerful is we were fighting a pipeline in upstate New York with some friends out here, and this one little piece of a song came through when we arrived, and they took us to the river where the pipeline was supposed to cross. And suddenly I just looked down at that river and was just overwhelmed with the consciousness that the water in the river said no. It said no, like, no, don't put a pipeline here. It was just like, no pipeline. There's no way. And I just, like, it was raining, and for everybody went inside, and I just stood there looking at the river and the rain, and that's where the melody of the song comes from. And then when we got to Minnesota, we started to talk about it, and they were like, well, for us, we need to talk about the way the different elements are all affirming that same message. And so that's where the other words come in. And then my brother Lumi, who's another member of my crew, he blessed us with the hook part of the song. And so I'm gonna I feel like maybe it's worth grabbing the guitar from the other room. And yeah, I'll be right back. We're working it out.
I'm going to drop what I think are the lyrics in the chat here. Luke can tell us if they're right. I dropped the lyrics in the chat, Lou. I hope I picked the right ones.
Okay, bet. Thank you for doing that. Yes. Yeah. And that second line is just the wind in the sky. But yeah, that's right. Perfect. Thank you for doing that. This song gonna help us get a little bit grounded, and for me, like I said, it's bringing Nancy and Dawn and them here, and so we're gonna imagine that we are wherever you all might be taking action with this song. Let's say maybe that's like in it's up in, are most of y'all in the Seattle area? Yeah. So you're gonna bring this important message somewhere. You're gonna show up and you're gonna say, that the water in the river said no pipeline. Maybe you at a bank, you know what I mean, who's supporting this pipeline. Maybe you at a government building. But we gonna say it with that energy when we say the words. I do feel like it's important to say the words because it helps ground us in the truth of the lyrics. And so we gonna say, just speak these words first. We're gonna say, the water in the river say, no pipeline, no way. And the wind in the sky say, no pipeline, no way. And the fire in our hearts say, no pipeline, no way. And the earth beneath our feet say, no pipeline, no way. And we gonna stand up for the water, for the sacred land we honor. We gonna stand up for the water, for the sacred land we honor. You're gonna get it as we go. So we might be missing that for the sacred land we honor in the lyrics, but so I think you're gonna, like I say, you're gonna learn it. I know that y'all all about like freedom songs and all type of music, that, and so my practice really is oftentimes it's to trust the people's ability to learn songs quickly. So you don't even need the lyrics. You're gonna get it fast, but you got them also. Let's do this one. Water in the pipeline, no way. And the wind in the sky say, no pipeline, no way. And now we're gonna do this like a little bit. I'm gonna get a little bit loud on the guitar, so I'm inviting you to be wherever y'all are, even if it don't sound that great and the guitar is like peaking or whatever. Just like rock with me. We gonna make it happen. Okay, we're gonna start actually with "We Gonna Stand Up for the Water." We gonna stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. We gonna stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. Try that. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. And we gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. And here we go. Cause the water in the river say, no pipeline, no way. And the wind in the sky say, no pipeline, no way. And the fire in our hearts say, no pipeline, no way. And the earth beneath our feet say, no pipeline, no way. Here we go. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. Say we gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. Here we go. Cause the water in the river say, sing it, no pipeline, no way, like you mean it. And the wind in the sky say, no pipeline, no way. The fire in our hearts say, no pipeline, no way. And the earth beneath our feet say, no pipeline, no way. Cause we gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. And last time, we gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. We gon' stand up for the water, for the sacred land we on. Yes, thank y'all so much. I hope, we got all kinds of unique challenges tonight. In the middle of this one, it was like, your internet is unstable. I'm like, man, these people, they catching the craziest version. Did that sound okay? Did it get all messed up or what? It was all right. Here we go. We're doing fine. Thank you so much.
It was great.
Oh, perfect.
I think it was great for me.
I appreciate you. So, one of the things whenever I get to share music with people who are really about the power of music and the magic of music, it feels really important to me. Like ideally we'd be in space and we'd really be able to interact and flow, and I'd get to learn from y'all and you would be able to, learn from me. And because I really believe that if we have the experience of bringing music to movement, we've probably had a lot of the same challenges, but I always think it's important to remember that when we bring song and when we offer song to those who are organizing or grinding, and y'all might be more organizers than song leaders, whatever, either, it don't matter. When we're the ones offering song, I feel like it's really important that we're reminding those of our comrades who are organizing, like, this is more than music. Like, what we're actually offering is a connection to each other. Like, we're offering a connection to the land under our feet, to the water that makes us survive. We're like offering a connection to our ancestors and to our children. Like, we're offering a connection to our vision. And so one of the things that happened when we were out there recently was there's this powerful moment where we was on the bridge and watching our relatives who go into an arrestable area that was an Enbridge construction site. And as they went out, we were standing, singing to them and with them. And some of us were going out with them. And and the crowd in that moment, right? We could have been like shouting down Enbridge and talking about like, you know, F the oil, you know, all these oil companies, which we all feel that too, for sure. But what felt so potent was the opportunity to be in our gratitude, to be affirming indigenous rights and affirming indigenous life on this land. And when we come with gratitude, how do y'all feel when you're grateful? It gives you energy, right? It gives you what you, and in a moment of action, you need that. Maybe you haven't eaten, maybe you out in the sun for mad hours, maybe you've been fasting, maybe whatever, right? And you need that energy. And so I want to sing this next song because it's about, as song leaders, the energy you of your song is going to be actually the vibration in the bodies and minds and spirits of the people in which you lead in song for. And that's not a small thing. And so I just encourage us all to take it very seriously and take it, as the honor that it is. And to also share with you in that moment, right, when we sang this song on that bridge, like it was like we was 3 feet off the ground singing this shit. You know, we were just like so connected and so in our power and so in our gratitude. And so tonight, as we sing it, I just wanted to also sing it like a commitment. If we're fighting pipelines, if we're standing for the water, if we're trying to decolonize our schools and our hoods and wherever we live at, we're also standing for indigenous rights and we're standing for indigenous life. And that's what we're called upon to do. And so the song simply says, we are so blessed to be here and standing for indigenous rights. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous life. That's the whole song. And so I'm going to go ahead and just sing it and invite you to also, you know, find your gratitude, find that energy that it gives you, and see what it might do for us. Oh, internet, why you saying you unstable, internet? I went through all this to get my homie who live upstairs password and everything. What's really good? Can I get like, is my connection okay? Can I get a thumbs up? Damn. Okay, maybe just my computer talking shit. Okay, here we go. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous rights. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous life. There we go. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous rights. You got it now. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous. Try to feel that gratitude. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous rights. We say we are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous life. Feel that now. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous rights. We say now we are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous life. Last time sing, we are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous rights. We are so blessed to be here standing for indigenous life. So there we go, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for singing. I just want to just give us a sec here. Sorry, I'm seeing the message here that to have permission to voice note record the songs. Absolutely, yeah. definitely feel free to record anything always. From what I share. So yeah, how'd that feel? How y'all feeling right now? Yes, I like that motion. I'm wondering if there has been like a shift in your energy with that song. Yeah.
I
And so to
definitely feel
know.
like it, I feel like it centered something for me of like, if I ever question what I'm doing or like where I'm showing up or yeah, like it just it centered that commitment for me, is that we're standing up for Indigenous life. Like that's why we're here. And no matter what is happening around us, like that's what we're gonna do.
Yes. Word. I want to think about, a lot of times, especially using, for me, like the reason I started getting really into like writing a lot of songs for action was because I'm like, I believe in direct action. I believe in its power to change society. And so what's important to me is that people want to do action. Like that for me is essential. And so if the song is dope, more people want to do the action, and then if the song is dope, the action itself is better and people are more moved by it. You know what I mean? So it's like, not only are we experiencing the beauty and joy and soul of music, is that we're like, it's interwoven with the beauty of our political vision. And so the next song I want to sing to you is like it's a song that came from it came from the moment in which I was when we were up there with Dawn and with Nancy up in Anishinaabe lands. They felt it was very important also to speak directly to the water, and so we did a song that was like Gichigamin is the name of Lake Superior in Ojibwe. And so they were having this big Gichigami event up there against Line 3. And so this is just an example of how song comes out of community in like a really direct way. It was like, what do you want to say to the water then? It was just like, we love you, we respect you, we got you. We'll be here to protect you. We want our children to like love you and to know your name. And I was like, there you go. Let's put that together. Let's play around with the melody. And this song is what came through. And so this one is actually from wherever we are, we can connect vibrationally to that water up there that people are protecting, and know that we can do that to our own waters, the waters that keep us alive wherever we live in at. I'm just really grateful to y'all again for your presence, for being open to these songs. And I want to also thank you for singing these songs that came through this community of beautiful people up there. And yeah, shout out to them for still being about it and doing the work. And so this song actually we put in Mississippi also. So we say, the first time we say Gichigami, we respect you, we're here to protect you, till all of our children know your name. And then we say Mississippi, we respect you, we here to protect you, until all of our children know your name. So yeah, let's let this connect us to that beautiful vision of all of our children knowing the names of those waters and drinking those waters. And yeah, let's let that be beautiful. Gichigami, we respect you, we here to protect you, till all of our children know your name. Mississippi, Mississippi, we respect you, We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. Gitchigami, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. Sing to the water now. Mississippi, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. We'll sing your name. Kichigami, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. We'll sing your name. Mississippi, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. Sing that with love. Mississippi, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. Let's sing it one more time. Gitchigami, we respect you. We here to protect you till all of our children know your name. Yes. I just want to honor that we just nurture relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you look at someone that you don't really know and you give them a nod or you give them a smile, and you've nurtured something in their relationship. And so that's so beautiful, right? And so we can also do that to the water and do that with the trees in many ways. I'm sure you already do. I started when I first came in tonight. Hillary was talking about the messages she's been telling, her plants. And I was like, that's good, you in that communication. And so same way with our songs, right? Like when we sing to the water like that, it gives the water animal, like gives the water good feeling. So thank you for that one. We're gonna continue to go on the vibe of vision, like a beautiful vision. This is really, yes, thank you for shouting out the song, the opportunities for some harmonies in there. Yeah, that's right. Mississippi in our arms, like a lullaby. That's right. I feel that too. And I know that if hope it's all right with y'all to just weave into the songs like these ideas of the preciousness and importance and strategy of song leading and songwriting in our movements, because that's really what I spend most of my life thinking about. And so this next song is on a prophetic vibe, you know what I mean? And the reason dictators always try to kill the poets is because we be on our prophetic shit. You know what I'm saying? We were actually like, we write in the idea, the beautiful vision, for people to be like, hell yeah, we want that, And so this one is really simple. When people they had the day of action, a global defund line 3 action, and I'm sure a lot of you participated, and it just the original version is defund line 3, the people in the water will flow free. And that's it. Like that's what it's gonna be. And so when we were up there recently, instead of focusing on defund, we sing we will stop line 3. And to feel people singing this song, to be fully in their power of the beautiful vision was really poignant to me. And so I'm excited to do that tonight with you all. I just want to note, we're not learning songs just to like go bring them somewhere else, that we're alive right now, and that we're experiencing them right now. And this is a sacred moment in which we get to be in our prayer together, in our intention, in our power. And so we're going to sing this song. We're going to sing this prayer, this prophecy. And we're going to, don't be afraid to like, just be in it in whatever way you need to. Maybe it's closing your eyes and seeing the rivers and the waters flowing free up there. It's maybe seeing Native people on their land, being as free and, safe and secure as they should be. And so, like that, we're gonna sing this little prayer right here. See if I remember how it goes. maybe we'll use the guitar. Hold on one sec. All right, yeah, we'll use the guitar. All right, so we will stop line 3. The people and the water will flow free. Let's try that. We will stop line 3. The people and the water will flow free. Sing it out. We will stop line 3. That's right. The people and the water will flow free. Here we go. Say we will stop line 3. The people and the water will flow free. All together. We will stop line 3. The people and the water will flow free. Sing that with joy. Say we will stop. Come on. Line 3. That's right. The people and the water will flow free. Imagine it now. We will stop. That's right. Line 3. Come on. The people and the water will flow free. All together say we will stop. Line 3. The people and the water will flow free. We will stop. Line 3. The people and the water will flow free. 2 more times. We will stop. Line 3. The people and the water will flow free. Last time. We will stop. Line 3. The people and the water will flow free. All right. Yes. Did anyone, could you either like raise your hand or come off mute if you've been able to sing that song or any of these so far, like in actions, and just wondering how that went, if that song was helpful or poignant in any way.
I know I find myself singing a lot. Just I'll be walking somewhere and it'll just come into my head.
That's good. You gotta sing these prayers all the time. The good news for me is that when we are offering a song, sometimes it's in a protest scenario, you know, and we gathered and there we are doing it. But a lot of times we take it with us, you know, and then people in the streets, they be taking it with us, they be humming it, and then they're like 8-year-olds like, hey, what's that song? How's it go? You know, and so the way in which and then they're not necessarily going to remember, like, you know, defund all fossil fuel projects, but they might be like, we will stop, you know. And so there's, again, just the way in which music is like casting a spell upon the land. So really grateful for that. There's a way in which a lot of times I've been oh, that's beautiful. I'm so happy. It's a way in which some of the most important moments for music in the streets for me, and music just for all different struggles in the Bronx for us, is we started doing music for the police accountability movement, you know what I'm saying, and like neighbors being murdered by the police and us knowing their family members and showing up at the precinct and being out there with them, and like very intense scenarios, you know, and so everybody was on just like the FTP vibe, which is important, but it was also like, we have other things to do here. Maybe we need to grieve here in front of this precinct. maybe we need to show love for each other and celebrate, life and love and in this way, like, maybe like we need to refine our rage as well. And so, yeah, we wrote a song about speaking directly to the police, that said, hold your fire, think of your daughter, the world's on fire, and you killing the water. After Ramarley Graham was killed in our neighborhood over here. And I, literally seeing tears run down these people's, these police face, was like, oh shoot, something broke through that. Something broke through the line there. And so, this song is written by another one of the peace poets, actually, my brother, the last MC, Emmanuel Candelario, on our way to Standing Rock. And the song, it just says, when your daughter's thirsty and the river's dry and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the wrong side. Now's the time to turn the tide. Now's the time to turn the tide. And so we really calling in, people being responsible. So this has been a good one to sing with police or pipeline workers or whatever. So inviting you to speak those words before we sing them. If you could say, when your daughter's thirsty and the river is dry, and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the wrong side. Now is the time to turn the tide. Now is the time to turn the tide. When your daughter's thirsty and the river dry, and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the wrong side. Now's the time to turn the tide. Now's the time to turn the tide. When your daughter's thirsty, when your daughter's thirsty and the river dry, and there's no blue left, and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the wrong side. Now's the time to turn the tide. Now's the time to turn the tide. All right, so next time we sing this song like this, we in it now. I think y'all know the words. And so we're going to imagine ourselves singing this to the people who are building this pipeline, to the people who are approving these permits, to the people who are defending them with guns, who are abusing protectors. We're going to sing it directly to them, into their eyes. And if they look away, we're going to sing it into their soul. When your daughter's thirsty and the river dry, and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the wrong side. Now's the time to turn the tide. Now's the time to turn the tide. Sing it one more time. When your daughter's thirsty and the river dry, and there's no blue left in the sacred sky, it will be too late to cry. You were on the tide. Now's the time to turn the tide. Thank you. That one can come in handy, you know what I'm saying? Because specifically around the struggle to stop Line 3 or to stop a pipeline, there is a lot of moments where you're facing off with workers or police or whatever. And it's also a song we can sing to a politician, you know, who's doing the wrong thing, who's on the wrong side of the line. So these are really meant to be tools in your hands as you organize, as you gather people. For me, I look at it as like, as song leaders, we just like the people who cook the food. You know what I mean? We nourishing people so that they can continue to struggle. We're putting our own little sauce on it, you know what I mean? So it tastes good and it gives them a little joy. So it's like that, you know what I mean? We just have that role, or the people who get the space ready, so the space where we gather feels good. Like we just have a role like that, and so it's important for us to go ahead and love people with the song, you know. And this is one of those things where we actually loving both our own people by giving them a weapon to speak to the police and the workers, but it's also loving the workers and believing for their transformation, calling on their transformation.
Yeah, I want to show or like share some appreciation for that song because it really resonated with me. I often struggle with what to bring to a space where it's seen as like one against the other, and being able to acknowledge that people make mistakes. You may be on the wrong side, but it's time to turn the tide. It's time to change. It's time to step into your power.
That's right.
And I think, Brian, you put something in the chat about, like holding space to step into a new story. Like exactly, like inviting people to do that with you. So thank you, Song, for bringing that conversation to kind of the front of this, the fight in all of our movements.
Yes. Oh, word. Yes, I appreciate that. And thank y'all for those words in the chat. Yes, Leticia, nice to see you and know you're here. That song is, hi, what's up? Awesome. And so, this is the moment. I'm here for it. Let's do it. We're going to do one other song first. we're not even gonna go hard with this next song, but this is just this is to me to show the variety of energy. Like, so maybe you're like, oh, everybody's turn, they're not gonna sing the Turn the Tide song, they're not about to like calm like that, even though you can channel kind of rage in that way. But there's another completely different energy with kind of the same goal if it's a direct action song, when you're like, and it just says it's bigger than a pipeline, it's bigger than a job. If you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your laws. And it's just being real, like, you know, just so you know what's happening here. Like, we're just gonna tell you what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's bigger than a pipeline, it's bigger than a job. Yeah. So I'm just gonna sing it to you a couple of times. You please do jump in, but we're not gonna go hard with this one. I just wanna, I wanna like just offer it. Go like this. It's bigger than a pipeline, it's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your laws. Yo, it's bigger than a pipeline, and it's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your law. Try that with me. Yo, it's bigger than a pipeline, and it's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your laws. All right, we're gonna do it again, because now we just gonna do it like we shutting down a bank and people coming here to make us be quiet, and we're like, nah, we good. You're not even respecting our mom. You ain't respecting the water. You ain't respecting the land. It's bigger than a pipeline. It's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't Respect your laws. 2 more times, it's bigger than a pipeline when it's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your. 1 more time, it's bigger than a pipeline. It's bigger than a job. And if you don't respect our mama, we won't respect your laws. That's right, y'all. If you feel it, I love that y'all just kind of start rocking right away, because that's the idea, you know what I mean? Where like the police are like, excuse me, you are now ordered to, and we're like, it's bigger than a pipeline. You know what I'm saying? We're like it's a completely like contrast that energy. There's also a fun way to do it where you're like, hold on a second. Is it bigger or smaller than a pipeline? It's bigger than a pipe. You know, like that's like there's been some fun with that one. Let me grab a little bit of water, and then I know we only got a few minutes left, but I'd be happy to say that this is the moment. And also, yeah, just curious if there's any particular questions about. I feel like what I was kind of tasked to do is just offer some songs that are being used and that have come through to fight the pipeline, but also wanting to just kind of be present to y'all in this moment and whatever else you are thinking or feeling or wondering about the Peace Poets or the work of song that we do, or ways in which, yeah, things you want to share. So I'll be right back. Let me get some water.
Yes, thank you. Please drink water, everyone.
Yes.
If anyone else has any other songs that they really want to hear, feel free to put them in the chat and we will try to get to them. We're going till 7:30 tonight. And if you want to listen more to the Peace Poets, I know they have quite a bit of their work on YouTube. If you just search the Peace Poets, you can listen to music videos on there. And then there's also quite a bit of Lou and others' work on SoundCloud if you search for the Peace Poets. And then lastly, we are recording this call, just as another reminder. And so I can share this out so you can kind of hear the songs again and share them. So.
Thanks, Hillary. That would be awesome. And was someone, I think some of us were wondering about the lyrics in the chat, but we can save the chat, I guess, right? I always forget about those things. Or I guess we can rewatch the video.
Yeah, I think if you go to the little dots down at the bottom of the chat box, there is a button to save the chat. There's like 3 little dots next to where you type on the right hand side, and there should be an option to save it. But if not, I can send out the lyrics in a follow-up email. So if y'all are subscribed to the People's Echo newsletter, if you got like an email blast from me earlier this morning, I can share the lyrics on there just so that you have them in their full form.
If it doesn't feel like too much work, I would gratefully receive that. Thank you.
Awesome.
I would love to know who's here tonight. I see some faces I haven't seen before, and I would love people to welcome themselves into this space while we have this moment before Lou comes back. You just want to say your name and say hi, where you're calling in from. We would love to hear from you. How about, if you feel, you can just wave if you don't want to unmute, but Kim, would you say hi? Hi. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Kim unmuted. Hi, Kim.
Hi, I'm in Virginia. I think this just popped up because of my algorithm.
No way.
I like the song, so thank you so much.
Wow, great. Thanks for being here. Thank you. How about Alexandra?
Hi, I live in Apache and Ute land and a lot of lands in Colorado and Fort Collins. And I'm here because of Aloysius, who just randomly sent me a link partway through, and now I'm here. So thanks, because I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. Leticia Nieto in the house.
Yeah, Leticia Nieto. I'm in Olympia, Washington, but really my heart is in Puebla, Mexico. And I live in Nisqually and Coastal Salish land now, and Cholultec land is where I was born. And I am here because Lou has saved my butt on several occasions by singing the right song directly into my ear from wherever, so that something bad that could have happened didn't happen. This has occurred twice. Things were getting really ugly. And I said, we're having a song break now. And the song came and it was the right song. And one time it even came in Spanish. And so if I can be in this space, then I'm in this space. Thank you, everybody.
It's great to have you here. Hey, Aloysius. I'm still trying to remember how to say it correctly.
Like aloe vera, and then make a wish, and like a snake. Aloysius.
Yes, Aloysius.
Hello. Oh my gosh, this is a blessing to be here, y'all. Brianna's scooting around here somewhere. I couldn't get her on here. She had singing lessons yesterday, so I think she's over it.
Thanks for being here. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
This is me and
Emily.
Emily.
Hello.
Me.
Hi.
And hi, Aliko. And hi, Lex. And Ariel. And Katie. And a name that starts
Tanya.
with Tanya.
I'm guessing.
So nice to see everybody. We just wanted to welcome everyone into the space because we hadn't heard or acknowledged all y'all, and we're just grateful for you being here. So I'm pass it the yellow box backs off to Lou.
Wait, hold up. There's a whole squad of people in that one. What's up, y'all? Hey. I love that. That's great. Y'all had on the porch and shit. I love it. So
hi, sorry, we were on mute.
It's all good. Well, thank you for being here. All of you.
Thank you. This has been really lovely.
Beautiful. It's good to be together. So thank you, Leticia. That's the best news that I could have had, is that, the right song at the right moment usually means that the spirit doing its thing and we just opening up to it. So that's what's todo. Yeah, I just was I just want to share. I'm not gonna, without singing all these songs, there's a song called "The Voice of My Great Granddaughter" that I wrote for an action where we were gonna shut down Wall Street, and the original words are, "The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great granddaughter singing shut down Wall Street now." The song has since been used in a lot of places for a lot of things. And I just wanted to just note that song being important because it does what I feel like songs often try to do, is it brings into our consciousness and into our hearts our loved ones and the preciousness of life. And so people call that song a lot of different things, like "People Gonna Rise with the Water," I guess people call it a lot, but the song is called "The Voice of My Great Granddaughter." And it comes like most of these songs from on the way to an action or a planning meeting. And there's a lot of wisdom in that, and so there's that song, which now a lot of times people sing at the end, "Shut this pipeline down" or "Keep it in the ground." There's a song that kind of goes like, "We gather in our energy and then we gonna shine. We know the solution, stop the money pipeline. We gather in our energy and then we gonna shine. We know the solution, stop the money pipeline. Rise up, all my people, let us rise, 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 rise up, stop the money pipeline. We gather in our energy and then we gonna shine. We know the solution, stop the money pipeline." Sing that. We gather in our energy and then we gonna shine. We know the solution, stop the money pipeline, rise up. All my people, let us rise, 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 rise up. All my people, let us rise. So that song has got like a bunch of different versions too, but good for the pipeline, you know. And I feel like what's most important to me is that y'all have songs that if you're gonna do an action, or if you're gonna try to like even promote the campaign to stop the pipeline in organize, like online organizing or whatever it is, this I just wanted to offer you, like, you know, my like humble little offering of songs that could be used for this beautiful work. And so I know we can't take time like really getting into every song, but yeah, those are some that feel important. So I would like to do a song called The Protectors, and then we'll close with This Is the Moment. So I feel like one of the most important things that we can do as poets, as songwriters, is think about like what's the most precious wisdom that's coming through our communities, and just try to guide that and feel that and see if it has a melody, right? And then when Native people were like, yo, we're not protesters, we protectors, we were during that time period, we were doing a show with our friend Frank Juan in Brooklyn, and Frank's from the Rosewood Reservation, Lakota people, and we was working on it, and he added a really important line to this song. The words of the song are, we're rising with the mountaintops, we flowing with the ocean, we are the protectors, our spirit has awoken. We are the protectors, we are the protectors. And one of the most important things that we can do in the face of colonialism and capitalism is define ourselves, right? To undefine ourselves is what they try to make us into, and to define ourselves as protectors of each other, of life, of love. We're gonna sing it. We're gonna sing this song and let that be an affirmation. So whatever way in which, you know, you taking care of life in these days, I want you to feel this song. I want you to like experience it in your body, in your bones, in your muscles, in your spirit, to own that idea of being a protector of life. It's not a small thing. You know, we're not consumers of products, we're protectors of life. We're not artists or educators or that. We're, you know, or whatever we do to make money, we're protectors of life. We are life. And that's so sacred that we should feel good about it. So I'm hoping that this song lets us feel good in our bodies. Lets us feel powerful. Lets us feel connected to the mountains and the oceans. That's what I'm praying for tonight when we sing this song. So here we go. We rising with them. Oh, wow. Wow. Hold on a second. Gotta just pause. I had like a commitment to myself that I have to pray every time before I sing. And sometimes when I don't, that's what happens. I'll just be like, oh. There we go.
Rising with the mountain.
Yay. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. We are the protectors. Try that now. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. Feel that now. We are the protectors. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. Sing it out. We are the protectors. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. Move your body with it. We are the protectors. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. We are the protect. Let it feel big now. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. Sing that now. We are the protectors. Feel that oneness last time. Rising with the mountaintops, flowing with the oceans. We are the protectors, our spirits have awoken. We are the protectors. Last time. We are the protectors. That's right, my people. That's what we are. That is what we are. Whew. So I know it's getting into the evening. For some of us, it's 10:30. It's 10:30 in the Bronx right now. Yeah, just wanted to, give everybody an opportunity, just kind of say how you feeling. If you want to write it in the chat or come off mute, just say how you feeling right now, having sang that affirmation. Grateful, thank you. Called in. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Yes. Grounded word. Yeah, I feel really blessed right now. Really honored to be able to be in space with y'all, with people who believe in the power of music, who understand the necessity of organizing and activism. I hope that this experience tonight is nourishing. That y'all feel like of course we struggle to be able to set it up in a way in which like we can just like fully honor everybody's genius, but I try to part of the thing that I'm doing in terms of like using music online is actually to do a lot of work before we get in the circle, to believe that like you will feel me, you know, because I'm like in a room with a computer, you know what I'm saying? It's like not normal. So I felt like I that's the prayer, you know what I mean? It's like that, like before we even got here, we were, and I was imagining that these songs would arrive in a good way to you. And that wherever you carry these songs, or whatever the way you continue to carry song in your life, that it will arrive in a good way to people. And so, yeah, I really believe in that, and I'm here for that. And I believe in the power of creative community, you know, so any way in which, like, I can be of service to y'all and bringing music into the world, bringing liberation into the world, like, I'm here for that. And so just wanted to say that. And one of our biggest struggles is just to be completely present to how blessed we are, present to, you know, how powerful we are. And so that this last song is a good one to do, that just says this is the moment to put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, there's no need to fear it. Now's the time for healing everything you love. I sometimes sing, and when you hear it, open up your spirit, which is like actually the original. And so I think I'm gonna sing it that way tonight. So when we say listen to the wind, and when you hear it, open up your spirit, that's like a real request. Like I'm really being like listen, you know, yeah, and believe that we being guided, you know. And I love that. For what Letty said, just wrote, there is no distance, there is one voice. And I think that's the truth, that's exactly it that we talking about. That's the voice that we listening to. That's the voice that we singing with. Let's see, maybe this will be the right. How's it working with the guitar? Does the guitar sound right, or does it sound better without? Thumbs up. All right, cool. There we go. So just in the spirit of telling the stories of songs, as y'all can see, I have no respect for end times, which just kind of goes for all areas of life. That's just what it is. And so this song was actually I was on my way downtown to the People's Forum here in New York, and I was meeting up with my friends, Sharon and Sierra, and we were gonna work on songs that were about economic justice. We organized with the Poor People's Campaign, and so we do a lot of that type thing. And they're incredible songwriters and song leaders too. And so on the way downtown, there's probably like maybe 50% of my songs have been written on the subway, you know, just for the record. You know, not the most peaceful place, but it definitely place is full of life in its own way. And this song came through, and the original words of this song are completely different. They are a song that ended up getting used in a different way. It's "We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human, and we have come to win." Yeah, I was really trying to write Bernie an anthem. I wasn't particularly thinking of him, but I'm like, yo, he should have used that. It would have been a rap, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, history, you know, happens. So I say all that to say to understand this song. Then the pandemic hit, and that was still the melody that was in me when I was just like, this is actually time. This is a moment to pause and acknowledge that everything is changing. And so tonight, as we close with this song, I'm really inviting you to let this be the moment. Let this be the moment in which you can put down what you're holding. Acknowledge that, you know, like Octavia Butler says, that God has changed, that the only constant is change. That everything is changing. And that we can actually choose to listen to the wind. We can choose to listen to the water and to the trees. And when we hear it, we can intentionally open up our spirit and embrace healing, the healing of everything we love and everything we are. And so, like, let's let this be that moment right now, y'all. It's June 23rd, you know. We are who we are in this way. We are this manifestation of our ancestors, of our people. We are this incredible being full of possibility and magic and power. That is actually who we are. And this is the moment. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Sing it, y'all. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Sing now, y'all. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. All right, y'all, here we go. So right now when we sing this song, I know that you all are just gonna use your voice to really let go of what you hold in. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna use that breath to just let it all go. You're just gonna channel that exhale. You're gonna release that weight. You're gonna feel the power of your whole being manifest in a cloud around you. A cloud that is full of your ancestors and your love, your dreams and your possibility, y'all. It's gonna be wild. You might have to move your body. You're gonna have to do, but you're gonna have to just feel it. And get free. Don't worry about how it sounds, y'all. We're gonna say this is the moment like we mean it. Ready? Here you go. I believe in y'all. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. 'Cause everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Here we go. This is the moment. Put down what you hold. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Woo! This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Do it 2 more times. This is the moment. Down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. This is the moment. Put down what you're holding. Everything is changing. Listen to the wind. And when you hear it, open up your spirit. Now's the time for healing everything you love. Thank y'all so much. Just giving thanks to Creator for the opportunity to be in space with y'all, to pray with you, to sing with you, to break through fear with you, to open up our spirits and learn to listen more and more and more and more. Yeah, just so grateful to each of you. Thank you for welcoming me into this circle, and I'll just kind of pass it back to you all. We're easy to find. We're just at the Peace Poets. Multiple of y'all got my phone numbers, so don't be shy. You can always yeah. I'm always pretty much the way most of these songs spread is people will be like, "Yo, Lou, what was that one song?" And I just send people like a voice memo. So that's kind of like that's my number if you need it. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much, Lou. I appreciate you and all you're doing. Thank you for sharing tonight. I will share the recording with folks in case you want to hear the songs again, or yes, thank you for sharing your number as well. Yeah, and thank you everyone else for coming tonight and for kind of like joining us. And I feel like we're singing what we need into being. And with all these songs, especially about just resistance and reclaiming our power, I've just really appreciated like everyone bringing their energy into that space. So we will stop line 3. We will.
Hey.
And anytime we're in doubt or feeling low, I think these songs are a really great place to start. So yeah, if everybody wants to come off mute and make like a grateful comment or sound or whatever you feel, please do.
Lou put in the chat that he'd like it if folks would be down to say one word how they're feeling right now. I think that's a beautiful way to kind of.
Yes.
Thank you.
I am feeling free.
Hope.
Yes. Calm. Thanks, Kim.
Grounded.
Grounded. Thanks, Lisa. Alive. Ashe. That's word. Thank you. Oh, damn.
Gratitude.
Emily, I think I heard, Emily, I heard you say some words, but I couldn't understand what they were. Can you do that one more time? Uh-oh.
Emily, did you say Can you say it again? We didn't hear you.
Warm.
Good. And Alexandra, you said gratitude.
No, I actually didn't say it yet, but it feels like remembered. Like I feel like I'm like, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like remembering, but with like my parts of my body too.
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful. Thank you. Bless. Thanks, Adoration. And what about the squad over here? Sorry, I'm catching y'all. They had. Oh, there they go. I knew the grill was out. Y'all doing your thing.
Yeah, we're feeling really grateful. It was so beautiful to we had our video off so it wouldn't be distracting, but we enjoyed dinner and shared food and sang along and had like deep moments of gratitude. And one of the people here, Jared, was at the Stop Line 3 protest maybe around the same time you were, Lou.
Oh,
so
wow.
That was powerful. Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm happy for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love it. Well, we are together, my people. With the Peace Poets, like, that's kind of whenever we say goodbye to folks, so we usually just use the phrase "we are together." And so, estamos juntos. We are together. Love and respect to each one of y'all. Blessings on your day, and yeah, keep singing and stay in touch.